Hi. Hello. Uh, Today is National Coming Out Day, October 11th, and that's my closet. So I figured that would be an interesting little gimmick. But yeah, it's National Coming Out Day, and since I've done that before, and unfortunately my coming out video got corrupted, I had to delete it, and so yeah. So now I gotta do it all over again. And look, I got a haircut. I'm short hair now, which is going to be buzzed off anyways when I get into basic, but that's besides the point. Let me adjust this a bit. Okay, so yeah, National Coming Out Day, starting all over again. Let's see, where do I start from? 6th grade was probably when I first realized that I was working a little bit differently than everyone else. I had I had quite a few friends then that were talking about, girls and stuff and having girlfriends and everything, and I was the one wondering why nobody's talking about the guys and everything. And I don't think I really knew what the term was, what being gay meant at the time, but it definitely was a point in time where I noticed something different, and I never really thought too much about it. Even after I did realize what being gay meant and all that, I just kind of took it in stride and moved on. And I never really consciously told myself to do this, but I did try to end up playing straight and blending in with everybody else. And I did have crushes on girls throughout time. There was Samantha Miller in kindergarten, 1st grade, Caitlin Cook in 4th grade. I forget her name, but she was in the 6th grade, right at the end of 6th grade. I never saw her again. And then in high school I had a few as well, even after coming to terms with myself and coming out and everything. So I'm probably not as completely gay as I thought I was. But yeah, 7th grade was when I kind of knew what gay meant and kind of connected the dots and officially declared myself as such. Though I decided to say I was bi to kind of create a compromise, I guess, because I guess technically I am, because I still had interest in girls during the time and all that. So there was that. But skip ahead to about 10th grade. 10th grade was the first time I actually came out. I came out in two different times, and 10th grade was the first time back when MySpace was good, was the thing, and yeah, MySpace. I came out on there. I did the top 10 things you didn't know about me, that thing that was going around that time. And that was number 2, being bi, actually, because, like I said, I thought it was a compromise. So yeah, there was that. And, not many people took notice. There were a few friends who did, and of those friends, they were, like, all but one were okay with it. One guy, he was still a very good friend. He just denied it. He didn't believe it, that I was really gay, so, or bi, I guess. But yeah, he never believed it. He was a really cool guy too. He was really nice. He was the funny guy in school, so everybody liked him and everything. And just never believed it. Never believed it. So, but in doing that in 10th grade, my mom also saw it on my MySpace and talked to me about it, and she's overall okay with it. And she basically said, if that's who you are, as long as you're sure that's who you are and all that, then she's perfectly fine with it. And my brother and sister are both perfectly fine with it as well. And then my mom decided that it was a good idea to tell my dad. And I'm not really sure if he's against it or not. He did freak out about it when he first found out. He brought me into their room to talk about it, he and my stepmom. And they were kind of asking the more condescending questions. What makes you think you're bi and all that? And I just clammed up. It was like, I don't know. You know, avoiding their eyes, just, trying to get it over with as quickly as I could. And unfortunately, he ended with offering to see like a psychiatrist to determine it all. Since then, I don't know if he's moved on from it or learned to accept it. But we haven't talked about it since. So there have been a few hints where other members of the family would ask if I have a girlfriend or not, and he'd kind of say no, and then give me this weird little smile, like he knows something that they don't. So, but yeah, that was 10th grade. 11th and 12th grade, I kind of came out to a couple friends here and there just to, I guess, test the waters or something. I was never really one to hide it, like consciously hide it. I was always the quiet introvert, so I always kept to myself anyways. So not many people really knew about me much at all. But every so often I would kind of pick a friend to come out to, and they were all, perfectly fine with it, to varying degrees. Some are just like, they're okay with it, just, they don't talk about it much, and others are, 100% supportive and all that. So, and then I officially came out right after I graduated high school, 2011, and again, not much recognition from that, but those who did see it are okay with it, and since then, I've kind of settled with the don't ask, don't tell thing, where if you don't bring it up, I won't say anything, but if you do ask, I won't lie to you. So I came down to that. Overall, like, my family has been overall supportive of it. Like I said, my dad, I'm not really sure. I've never really bothered to ask. I have a cousin who's also gay and getting married in New Hampshire, and I think my dad met his fiancée and everything. I don't know what he thinks about that, but oh well. If he's not okay with it, that's on him. But when and if I do get married, I will invite him to the wedding anyways, and all that. So my grandmother on my dad's side is perfectly fine with it, because my cousin, she lives in New Hampshire as well, and my cousin spends a lot of time with her, visiting a lot. So yeah, she's perfectly okay with it. And I never told her, but my cousin's fiance told her, kind of said it nonchalantly, like everybody's supposed to know, and apparently they didn't, because I never really said anything. I just never really thought to say anything. But yeah, so probably the most negative reaction I've gotten is with my grandmother, because she, on my mom's side, my grandmother, and she's okay with, I guess my sexuality, but she's not okay with the idea of marriage equality, I guess. She's Christian, so, and yeah, she wants us to settle for a civil unions or domestic partnerships, and I'm like, no, I want to get married. So we had a bit of an issue on that back in it was like a year ago or something. And over time, I don't really know. I've kind of moved on from it, kind of pushed it aside and all that. So that's all done and gone. But that's probably the most negative reaction I've ever gotten. So, what else is there? I've only had one relationship with Mr. Nate up in Arkansas. It's a long distance, so it didn't work too well. long distance wise, and honestly, we still have interest in each other and want to hook up still. It's just the long distance part. Once I get through the military, I will probably try to move in with him or have... Oh, come on, computer. My computer shut off because I wasn't using it. But yeah, we're gonna try to move in together at some point. Either me to him or him to me. So, speaking of the military, that's gonna be interesting. Being a gay guy going into the military, there's a lot of testosterone going around. And I haven't even gone into basic yet. Going into MEPS, which was the military entrance processing station, something like that, where you get your medical examinations and everything. You see a lot of future soldiers in there, and they're all talking about the ladies and everything, and a lot of testosterone going around in there, and kind of feel a little out of place for that. But going into basic, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy has been repealed. There's another aspect that's been repealed where now we can, same-sex couples can now get military benefits. So, like, living on base and, health insurance and stuff like that. And so, that's all good. All good. See, we're at 12 minutes. Two more things to talk about. One is actually an apology, and I guess the other is what I've learned from this whole thing. All throughout school, from at least the 5th grade onwards, I knew this kid named Levi, and he's also gay, but he's a lot more... He's feminine, he's a lot more flamboyant, you know that he is. And there's no need for him to, he can't surprise you with it kind of thing. And, he got picked on a lot. I don't know if he got completely bullied by it, but he got picked on a lot. And the funny thing about it is that he, went with, the best defense is a good offense kind of policy, where he kind of met it in full force and actually kind of flaunted it in a way, and kind of not flaunted it, but they made fun of him for it, so he would kind of I guess flirt with them. I think it was just to kind of mess with them and all that. And unfortunately, I was one of the people who actually kind of bully him, not directly, but behind his back, which I guess is even worse. When my friends would have to sit around him, like behind him or in front of him or something, they'd look over me with the little help me kind of look, and I'd look at him and kind of whisper, "I'm so sorry," or "I feel bad for you," and stuff like that. And basically, I want to apologize to him for that, because I definitely shouldn't have done that. That's taking shots at my own person kind of deal. He's in the same community I am, and I was part of the bullying, mainly because I was playing straight and everything, and so I'm sorry, Levi, for doing that. I never actually hated him or anything. I was just kind of going with the flow, and he's actually a really good artist now. I don't really know what he's doing right now in terms of what he's done since he graduated high school. I know he went to college here for a bit. I don't know if he's transferred out or gotten into the art career or anything like that, but I hope he's doing well. So to finish off, as we hit the 15-minute mark, basically what I've learned from all of this is that there's a lot more accepting people out there than you think. You'll never know if you keep hiding. You just gotta... in terms of coming out, you can test the waters by, telling a best friend and maybe an acquaintance, someone who you know should accept you for who you are, and then someone else who you don't really mind losing if they're not okay with it. And also kind of have the mentality of not being ashamed of it. You know, if people are going to pick on you for it, then, you know, whatever. It's, you know, it's high school, middle school. So, you know, you get drama regardless of who you are. So, even if you try to avoid it like I did, because I was a shy, quiet introvert, and I still got bullied. So, but, you know, just, I'd say try to wait until you're a little bit older to come out, I think. For me, I officially came out when I graduated high school. Like, the day I graduated, I went home from the graduation ceremony and, you know, basically came out. So yeah, definitely wait until you are ready. Don't feel like you are forced to come out at any point in time. Just wait until you're ready, and you know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And if people don't accept you for who you are, you know, just, it's unfortunate, but you kind of gotta let it go. Because if you try to, I don't know. There's some people that you can't change. Some people you can, but you just kind of gotta let it go. Let them deal with it on their own, and move on with it. You know, it always gets better. If you end up in a tough spot, you know, just keep pushing through it. Don't give up on it. You know, just keep doing what you're doing. You'll eventually find someone for you that you can spend the rest of your life with. And so yeah, I think that is everything. This has been KYLE, Ace and I, Kyle, coming out on National Coming Out Day. And hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I shall see you all next time. Au revoir. Goodbye. See ya.